Hello everybody. Today let us look at what RamuIsm is. Maybe we may be wondering, why do we need to really look at RamuIsm? It is very important for all of us. One way or other way, we all want to have freedom. What is there in the RamuIsm? He talks whatever he likes to talk. He says whatever he wants to say. That sounds like a great freedom for all of us. And we all want to have such kind of freedom, isn't it? If I wanted to live the way I wanted to live, isn't that bondage? I'm asking that question. We need to employ our brain here. We can't just go by words. We can't just carried away by what we know or what we think. Both are dangerous. What we know, what we think has tremendous limitation on it. So we have to employ, because our brain has immense capacity. If we know how to employ our brain perfectly. Okay. So now the question is, if I wanted to live the way I like to live, underline like. That is what we all want. Of course, RGV also says the same thing. I'm having fun, man. Of course, because I met him, and then there is a conversation later on, so I can talk about it. I'm asking, is life is conditioned by the likes? Because you don't want to have anything that you don't like. You always want to make sure you get what you like. You see, the moment I say I wanted to live the way I like to live, this is a terrible bondage. Unless we really understand and think about it, we can never know. We are so gullible. We can easily hijacked by this kind of thought process and imagination, assuming, thinking, yeah, other person is doing great. Not really. Think about this. Because my whole life is conditioned by my likes. There is always a battle. Anything I come across with, I don't like it. Isn't it? So, we are thinking, is there a fun in that, or is there a freedom in that? Because the entire mankind thinks there is a great freedom in living the way we like to live. We never ever thought about in these lines. But when we really get into the truth of it, the fact of it, isn't that terrible bondage, terrible slavery for what I like? I'm asking, where is the freedom in that? This is very, very important question, because after all, it is your life and my life. All the time we believe that doing things the way I like to do. But we all know that there is a terrible conflict between what I like and what I don't like. Where is the freedom? There is no freedom at all. There is no fun at all in that. And on top of it, if you really get deeper into it, what is that we all like? The entire mankind, what is that we like about it? We all like pleasure. Obviously, RGV says very openly, I'm always after pleasure. If you really think about this, if you really look at it, everybody is after pleasure only. What is so special about RGV? That is the reason I am saying he is not at all different. But the reason we are taking him as an example, he talks about it openly. Whether he talks about it openly or we don't talk about it openly, one and the same. We all, our entire life pursuit is after pleasure, isn't it? We are ready to give anything for pleasure. And that's what we call having pleasure is great fun and freedom. If we really think about it, is that really so? Are we having fun, or are we in pursuit of fun? Are we having pleasure all the time? Are we having freedom? Are we having fun? Or are we in pursuit of pleasure, fun and freedom? This is very, very important question. Because so-called pleasure, what we talk about it. And in fact, the pleasure that we are talking about, the highest pleasure human being can have is the bodily pleasure. Sensual pleasure is the highest pleasure as far as we can experience without any brain, without any intelligence. The same pleasure is available for every creature on the earth. Look at this. And a man is craving and dying and all the time talking about it. Isn't that, every creature on the planet, every creature on the planet is having that pleasure. And man is so much talking about that pleasure. What is so great in that? And if you really think about it, why are we talking about it? Think about this. When we are so busy and having fun, can we really talk about it? So, we talking a lot about it tells utter truth. Are we having it, or we would like to have it? That which is called pursuit. Pursuit of the pleasure is always terrible pain. See how much time we spend for it. Not having fun, in pursuit of fun. How much money we spend. Almost our life energies goes towards having fun. And one other important thing is having pleasure. So-called pleasure, it's not real pleasure. Without effort, without thinking about it, animals are doing really great job in that. But whereas we spending lots and lots of time on top of it, trying for the pleasure, pursuing the pleasure, isn't that a mechanical process? As I said, we have to employ our brain. Having pleasure, is it not a mechanical process? What do we mean by mechanical process? The process which is repetitive again and again, again and again, again and again. This is never-ending pursuit. Isn't this one main reason our lives are miserable? Our lives are very limited and petty lives, utter meaningless life. Look at the reality. This is the reason we always ask, what is the meaning of life? Because we all are living a meaningless life. Is there a meaning? We ask so-called great people, so-called saints or gurus or maybe intellects or psychologists or well-learned people, well-read people. We ask this question, hey man, what do you think about the life? Is there a meaning for the life? And we are asking a simple question. Why are you asking that question? Answer is in your question. Because we all are having miserable life, we are trying to find some meaning to life. And one person is saying loudly, I am having fun. Yeah, right. You can never. You are in the pursuit of the fun. You are in pursuit of pleasure. You are in pursuit of freedom. And none of these exist. Why? Because, as we just said, these all are mechanical. Mechanical means limited. Point number one. These all are limited. You take any pleasure, so-called, bodily pleasure, which is the highest pleasure for human being, without any brain, without any effort, with no intelligence. Isn't that very, very limited? Isn't that very mechanical? When it is mechanical, you want to have it again and again. That is making an endless pursuit, endless conflict, craving for it, trying for it, and making life so tiny, teeny, small, little one. I am asking, where is the intelligence in that? And what is so big difference between human being and an animal? Animal could able to do it very easily without talking about and without making any so much noise about it. Do we call is that an intelligence? Isn't that making our life so petty and utter meaningless? And the whole life is becoming terrible misery. So where is the freedom in that? Where is the fun in this? Where is intelligence or greatness in that kind of life? Those who are having the real vision and seen the truth of this futility, the limitedness, the pettiness, the miserableness, the mechanical process of this. And when you really get into the truth of it, then only you can understand the quality of life. Is there any quality in that particular life? So now, think about it. Where is the freedom? Where is the fun? So unless we employ our immense capacity of brain to look at the truth by keeping all our judgments, all our feelings, all our emotions, all our thought process, seeing is different. And all our pursuit of pleasure is out of thought. And of course, after talking to RGV, I spoke to a couple of other guys also, so-called intelligent people. They all agree. What else you can employ other than thought? Because we never ever explode this immense capacity of human life. Though we are in the human form, but we all are living no better than insect life. No wonder there is no fun in the life. Lives are miserable. Life is full of sorrow because it's all the time in the pursuit of happiness, not real being happy. But there is a way to have a holistic life. There is a way to have real fun in the life. That requires a lot of inquiry. For that inquiry, a lot of energies are required. Don't tell that we don't have energies. We have enough energies. All our energies are dissipated because of the lifestyle what we are in currently, which is completely conflict, completely in pursuit of something. That's where all our energies are getting dissipated. So this is to get into what kind of life that we are living. It's not just only RGV, the entire mankind is in the same path, living miserable, petty life. And we think, we hallucinate, we assume, we wanted to project ourselves, we are having fun. So now we know the futility of in living that kind of lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle? In pursuit of pleasure. It is no brainer. Where is the intelligence in that? And now we understand every human being, except very, very few people, those who can able to see the truth of the life, almost rest of the entire mankind is living very, very petty life. No wonder. Don't assume that someone is, this is our nature. This is our nature to think someone is having really great fun. No, not at all. If you really look at it, the actual value, the face of that kind of lifestyle is revealed just in few minutes. So with this, in the next episode, who and how has been influenced by a couple of other people. One is Ayn Rand and Bruce Lee. So these things will definitely, we'll explore in detail the value of Ayn Rand philosophy, what is she talked about it, and of course the lifestyle of Bruce Lee and what has influenced Bruce Lee and all that. And this requires a lot of attention, a lot of understanding. We have to employ our brains. As long as we carried away just by our thought, it is always going to be limited. We can never ever can get to the truth. We can only live in illusionary life, the hallucinated life, which is completely utter meaningless. The life that we all are living now. Okay, thank you. Bye now.